As always, your comfortable starting position can be whatever feels good for you this evening. So like I said, we're going to be doing some core work. We're going to be doing some planks. So if you're someone who your shoulders or your wrists start to feel planks after a little while, or maybe your lower back is a little tense and there's a stretch, or you can do a range of motion or a couple extra shoulder circles to get you started this evening. That is what this time is for, so that you know your body best and you can properly warm up those spaces that feel that tension a little bit extra. But taking your scan of the body, noticing where those points of tension are, noticing where those spaces are that need that extra little bit of warm up, that extra bit of love and care this evening as we get moving. And as you complete that scan, as always, please feel free to find any initial range or ranges of motion, any initial stretch that feels good for you and will help you get warmed up most efficiently this evening. As you take those ranges of motion, starting to match your breathing with your range of motion. As always with core, breathing is important. We don't want to hold our breath in these movements. So starting that off on the right foot here is imperative this evening. And we'll take about 4 or 5 more nice deep breaths right here. Okay, so taking just 2 more nice deep breaths, finishing off any initial range of motion, and then go ahead and meet me in your comfortable seated. We are just going to find those couple of initial ranges all together just to get us on the same page once again. So as you make your way back to that comfortable seated position, the first thing that we're going to do, as usual, is find that roll of the head and the neck, starting from the top, and we're just going to go twice in each direction. So that first big inhale finds that nice long spine. That exhale drops the chin to the chest. And then that right ear comes towards that right shoulder. As always, you can reach that left hand down if that feels good. Exhale drops you through center. Left ear to left shoulder. And again, you can reach that right hand down if that feels good. And then just one more time in each direction here. So right ear to right shoulder. And then left ear to left shoulder. That next exhale drops that chin back to the chest. And then that inhale lifts the head back up nice and long, shoulders nice and low away from the ears. Lateral stretches are going to come up next. So that next big inhale takes those arms out and up towards the ceiling. When you hit the top, maybe look up towards those fingertips, maybe take that nice big stretch. And then we're going to go 3 times in each direction for this one. So right hand comes down, left arm comes up over top. Nice big reach, fingertips up, hip down to the mat. Inhale brings us up through center. And then exhale in that second direction. Again, that nice big reach with those right fingertips. Inhale back up through center. And then we'll go twice more in each direction. You can keep my timing or you can go a little faster or slower, whatever feels good for you. Using those inhales and exhales as always. And one more time each way if you're keeping pace with me here. When you finish this off, we're going to go into shoulder circles next. So after your second or your third time on your second side, that inhale will bring you back to center, and then you can use that exhale to just release those arms down and around. We're going to go 4 nice big shoulder circles in each direction, up towards the ears, and then either down into the front or down into the back, whichever you're more comfortable starting with. When you finish those first 4, just go ahead and switch it up. Same thing other way. When you finish those second 4, go ahead and release and relax those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. And we're going to go into our spinal twist to finish us off. So that inhale takes those arms out and up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch one more time. Exhale brings that right arm forward, or that left arm forward, and that right arm backwards, whichever direction you'd like to start in. And then as always here, go ahead and move a couple times in each direction at your own pace. You can come high through center. You can stay low through center, whatever works best for you. Finding that nice, easy side to side. And as usual, as much or little pressure as feels good for you in that spinal twist. No specific number here, just a couple times each way. And from wherever you are, finding one more time in each direction. As always, feel free to take that third change of direction if you need it to even out and hit that second side that final time. When you finish out, That final inhale brings you back to center. And then that exhale brings you down and around. From here, we're going to make our way over to our hands and knees. I've got 3 warm-up movements from our hands and knees before we really get into that core work. So as always, if you need a sip on your transition or anything other than our cat and cow as the rest of your warm-up, and you want to take a nice deep breath and find any other range of motion, feel free to find it. But we're going to go right into our cat and cow when you hit hands and knees. So bringing those wrists underneath those shoulders, those knees underneath those hips, and finding those inhales and exhales to find those nice, easy cats and cows, that spinal range of motion. Let's go ahead and take 2 more nice deep breaths in that cat and cow. When you finish those 2, I want you to go ahead and bring that spine back to our nice, neutral, nice long spine. Now, like I said, we're going to do a lot of back work today. We're going to do a lot of core work today. We've got a couple of planks in here. So one that I want to do that we have done before, but isn't consistent necessarily in our practice, is going to be our scat push-ups. So we're going to get our shoulder blades moving here. So we're going to start from hands and knees. And the first thing that we're going to do is just pull the shoulder blades together and drop the chest down. So what that looks like from the back here is I'm pulling my shoulder blades together and dropping my chest down towards the floor, keeping the arms nice and long. And then we're going to press the shoulder blades apart, and it kind of rounds the spine up. Once again, the arms stay nice and long. And let's just do that a couple times here from hands and knees. Shoulder blades pull together. Again, elbows don't bend there. And then press the shoulder blades apart and the upper back kind of up towards the ceiling. If this feels like a pretty comfortable range of motion and you feel like your body is used to moving this way and you want to up the challenge just a little bit, you can take it into that modified plank by walking those knees back. It just adds a little extra weight to this, so it's going to give your shoulder blades a little bit more of a muscular warm-up. If not, keep it at hands and knees if you're still kind of working on that range of motion. From wherever you are, just give me 3 more. And then when you finish that third, just go ahead and bring it back to hands and knees, nice and easy. We've got 1 more warm-up that's going to take us into our core. So after that third, we're back at that hands and knees. And we have done this pretty frequently in the last couple of weeks. We're going to hit some bird dogs. Up next, we're going to start with that right arm and that left leg. And I want you to think slow and controlled, and I want you to think length. So right arm and left leg really reach in opposite directions. And then exhale, pull the elbow and the knee towards each other. Activate the core. Inhale takes us out long, so same kind of range of motion as our cat and cow with our breath. Exhale pulls us in. Go ahead, keep moving at your own pace, but try and keep it nice and slow and controlled, and really think about that activation through the spine as you extend, through the shoulder and the glute as you extend, and through the core as you pull in towards center. Give me 3 more on this first side. When you finish that third, give yourself a second if you need it. Maybe sink those hips back a little bit, take the pressure off of those wrists, maybe give them a circle or 2. If not, that's okay. You can stay maybe in your cat and cow. And then we're just going to hit that second side, hit that opposite direction. So when you're ready, like I said, if you're taking a couple rolls of the wrist, take your time. But when you're ready, left arm and right leg, same concept. Inhale finds us that nice extension, that nice activation. Exhale pulls us in towards center. So opposite arm and leg. Think about that core activation. Think about activating that glute as we really reach in opposite directions here. Very nice, very nice. Give me 3 more on this side. When you finish those 3, same thing. Give yourself a moment. Maybe sink those hips back towards the heels. Maybe you hit that full child's pose. Maybe you just rock it back and give those wrists a roll or 2. Maybe a shoulder roll or 2. And then we get into the fun part. When you're finished with whatever range of motion you're in right now, when it starts to feel okay again, meet me in your favorite version of your plank. So from the wrists, from the elbows, wherever you prefer your plank to be, whatever is most quote unquote comfortable, go ahead and find that plank position. Thinking once again about that activation of the core, we're pulling the shoulder blades apart here. So that warm-up range of motion that we did, we don't want to drop the chest down and pull the shoulder blades together. We want them to be pulled apart. Now from here, a little bit of balance work. We're going to take that right foot, press that heel up towards the ceiling, activate that glute in our glute extension, and I want you to hold there if you can. So wherever it goes to, maybe it's just an inch or two off the ground, maybe it's a little further. We're just going to find that hold for 3, 2, 1. Set that right foot down, switch to the left. Same thing on the left. Press that heel up towards the ceiling. Keep those shoulder blades pulled apart. That core nice and active, that glute nice and active. 3, 2, and 1. Send that foot back down, back into that plank for just another 3, 2, 1, and make your way into either your Cobra or your baby Cobra. So send those hips down to the mat, top of those feet meet. You can have those elbows down with that Sphinx or that baby Cobra, or you can plant those hands and find that full Cobra, just depending on what feels good there. All right, nice. We're going to do that just one more time. Same exact thing. Find your favorite version of your plank. So from the wrists or from the elbows, and make your way into it. Take a moment to just think about that activation pattern. Again, those shoulder blades pull apart. That core is nice and active. Belly button pulled in towards the spine. Let's lift that right leg here. Squeeze that glute. Press that heel up towards the ceiling. Try and keep those hips nice and even with those shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and switch. Left leg goes up. Finding that activation there for 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Bring it back to that plank. Give me that plank hold for just another 3, 2, and 1. Once again, find that Cobra, baby Cobra, or Sphinx pose. Hips go down, chest lifts, whichever feels good. Very nice. Let's go ahead and bring it down all the way to the mat. So chest meets the mat. Give yourself a little bit of space so you can reach those arms out nice and long. We're going to start off here with our X lift. So same as our bird dog, opposite arm and opposite leg. Keep the face towards the mat. Right arm and left leg to start is going to lift up. We're going to lift the shoulder. We're going to lift the hip just slightly off of the mat. Exhale and bring it back down. We're going to alternate sides for this one. So then left arm and right leg. Go ahead and keep it moving. Nice, even pace. We're working, like I said, on that upper and lower back here. Try not to strain the neck. Very nice. We're just in this X lift for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring it on down. We're going to make our way into a side plank to split up our work for the lower back here. So whichever direction you would like to turn first, we will hit both sides. So I'm going to start with my left elbow down. You can, as always, find that other version. So maybe from the wrist, if that feels a little bit better for you. You can keep that bottom knee down. You can take those legs nice and long, and you can lift that top leg for that extra challenge. Let's bring it up into that side plank. Lift those hips wherever you are. So again, a little bit easier is going to have that bottom knee down. A little bit harder is going to have both legs out long. And even harder than that is going to have that top leg lifted. So just finding the version that works for you. We're only here for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't worry, we'll come back to that. Go ahead and set those hips down. Bring it back over onto your stomach. We're going right back to those X lifts. Same thing that we just found. So take those arms out long, opposite arm and opposite leg, lifting up off of that mat, alternating sides. So again, that nice oppositional activation pattern. This is a great movement that if that Superman is ever in a workout and your lower back is really bothering you, that Superman kind of hurts, you can stay right here. So if we move forward to some of these exercises that are a little bit more challenging, you can always feel free to find this if one of them doesn't work. Give me another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side plank here. Here we go. So choose that other side. Again, my right elbow is going to come down because I started with my left elbow down. Same options for those legs. Let's go ahead and take it up into that side plank. Choose the option that works best for you this evening. More challenging, less challenging, least challenging, still difficult. Still a good challenge here. We're in this side plank for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Send that hip down to the mat. Bring it back over onto your stomach. We're keeping it going with this same pattern. We're getting that lower back work in here. We're taking it up a notch to our Supermans. So we're gonna move into and out of our Supermans here. Take those arms out nice and long. I want you to find just a 1 Mississippi hold at the top. So we're gonna lift in your head, go 1 Mississippi, and then bring it back down. A couple times just like that. So it keeps that nice and slow and controlled, that lift and lower. But we're working that lower back. Again, if this doesn't really work for you, if this doesn't feel good tonight, keep it at that X lift. Nice. We're just in this for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lower it down. We're following that same pattern. We've got another side plank. So go ahead, back onto that first side. Find your foot positioning that works for you. And then let's go ahead and take it up into our first side plank. Getting those hips nice and high, nice and stable through that shoulder. Very good, very good. Shoulder is right over that elbow or that wrist, depending on what you have down. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Send those hips down, bring it back to center. We're back right into those Supermans. So when you get down there, extend those arms out nice and long. Again, we got that 1 Mississippi count, that lift, hold it up, and then back down. Keep it going just like that. You guys are doing awesome. Fabulous, fabulous. We're in this Superman for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, we got that other side plank coming at us. So again, my right arm is going down. If you started with that opposite side, that's totally fine. Choose your foot positioning. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take it on up into that side plank. I'm facing away, but I have my computer here so I can still see you guys. It's okay. Nice, very nice, very nice. Keep those hips high. Looking good. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Send them back down. Bring it back on over. We're going to focus a little more on that upper back for this next one, but we've got 30 seconds. You can find your child's pose to Cobra or just find your Cobra. Give your lower back just a nice little break. Take a moment. Give it that relief before we move into a little bit more. Excellent. Take 2 more nice deep breaths. When you finish those 2, take it back out nice and long. And extend those arms out. All right, you've got 2 options for these. They're going to be our lat pulls. So we do these pretty frequently. So you might know the options, and that's fabulous. First option is going to be to come up and back down with every rep. Second option is going to be to hold that Superman and keep moving in that lat pull. So let's all bring it up in both directions. We're going to pull the elbows down towards our sides like that lat pull down range of motion. Extend back out. Now here's where you get to choose your own adventure. You can come down in between for a little bit of rest, or you can stay up high and just keep moving those arms, keep pulling those shoulder blades together. Either option is fabulous. This is a tough sequence, tough series for that lower back, so it just depends on how you feel today. We're just going to be in this one for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fabulous. Go ahead and lower it down back to that quick side plank. So go ahead and make your way onto that first side. Bear with me. We've only got 1 more exercise after this to do this. So same sequence for this set, and then 1 more exercise after this. So go ahead and bring on up into that side plank. Same options. Whew. That new year, wanted to give you guys a little challenge. Get us started on the right foot. Very nice. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those hips down. Bring it back over. Same thing as we did before. We've got that lat pull 1 more time. Lat pull 1 more time. Last time with this 2 and 2 sequence. Here we go. When you're ready, same 2 options. So you can lift and just find that arm range of motion, or you can lower with each rep. Good work, good work. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower it on down. All right, this is our second to last side plank here. So, or third to last side plank, sorry. So, getting ready, bringing it on up. Second to last one on this side. Go ahead and bring those hips up nice and high. Find your version of that side plank. Excellent, excellent. Don't forget to breathe. Keep that core engaged here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bring those hips down. Bring it back over. All right, our last exercise is going to be that swimming. So same as always, if your X-lift is going to work better, is going to feel better for this, that's a great option for this. If not, we're going to lift up, and then we've got that opposite arm and opposite leg movement. Keep the chin towards the chest, the face towards the mat, and find that swimming range of motion. Here we go. Bring it up, bring it up. Go ahead and join me in this. Whew, we're almost there. This is our last little bit of lower back work before we get another little break. Excellent. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. First side plank. First side plank. Last side plank on this side tonight. I promise. Excellent, excellent. Can you give yourself that little bit of extra challenge? Nice. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring those hips down. Bring it back over. Final set of swimming. This is it on that lower back work. You guys are doing awesome. Here we go. Go ahead, bring it up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Awesome, awesome. We're almost there. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring it down. They go right to that second side. Last side plank. Last side plank. Second side. Bring those hips up. Excellent work. Can you give yourself that little bit of extra challenge? 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead and bring those hips down. Now you've got options from here. You can choose the movement that will feel best for your lower back or for what is ailing you at this moment. So if it's going to be that Cobra or that child's pose to Cobra, that's fabulous. If you want to find on your back and in that spinal twist, that windshield wiper of the knees, that's also a fabulous option. If it's really the shoulders that are feeling it, maybe you sit it up and find a couple of shoulder circles. You've got options. We've got about 4 or 5 nice deep breaths. So take your time, find the one that works, find the one that feels good, and feel free to take a moment and grab a sip here as well. Whew, we are making good time here. We've got a little bit of core front coming at us. Very nice. We've got about 2 or 3 more nice deep breaths. And then when you are finished with your sip and with your range of motion that feels good, we're going to make our way onto our back. We're going to do similar style from what we just did, but instead of 1 on each side, we're just going to do 4 exercises, and we will intersperse our glute bridge in them. For each glute bridge that we do, you can find just a hold for the whole time that we're in it, or you can march those legs up, or you can extend one leg up towards the ceiling, or you can come into it and out of it as we go. You need to make that choice for each of the 4 that we do here. So we're going to start off with our core movement, same as we did for that lower back. We're going to start off nice and simple with a crunch. Those feet can be up at that tabletop. Those heels can be down on the mat with those knees bent. And then 2 options for the hands. Fingertips can come behind the ears, or they can point up towards the ceiling. We're lifting that head and shoulder, a little pause at the top, and then bring it back down to the mat. Here we go, right into those crunches. So taking our time here, this is the only time we're going to do this exercise, so it's going to be a little longer than that back work. But keep moving, keep breathing, use that exhale to come up off the mat. You guys are doing great. We are making great time on these core movements. Before you know it, we will be cooling it down. Excellent work, excellent work. Very nice. Keep going in this crunch for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend those knees, plant those feet. Same options like I just said for those glute bridges. As always, choose the one that works best for you and get going in it. So again, maybe it's that hold, maybe it's that lift and lower, Maybe you hold the hips up and march those knees in. Whew. Either way, I want you to think about activating that core, keeping those hips nice and even with each other, keeping them nice and high, squeezing through those glutes, keeping that belly button pulled in towards the spine. You guys are doing great. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set those hips down. Pull those knees up to that 90 degrees, that tabletop. Fingertips behind the ears. We've got our bicycle or our Pilates crisscross, nice and slow and controlled as always. And the lower and longer you bring that long leg, the more challenging this will be. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Here we go. So nice and controlled. The lower and longer you get that long leg, the more challenging this will be. Keep it moving. This is our second of 4 exercises. You guys are doing awesome. Keep breathing. Keep that core engaged. Great work, great work. We're going to go a little longer. If you're feeling this, you need a little reprieve, start with those heels on the ground and bring that knee up towards that elbow. We've got about 15 more seconds in this. Very nice, very nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fabulous. If you need a second, pull those knees in, and then when you're ready, plant those feet, find that version of the glute bridge. So any of those options is fabulous. Maybe this one is the same option that you found last time. Maybe it's a different one, depending on how you're feeling. Excellent work. In this glute bridge for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set those hips down. Our third of 4 exercises is going to be our leg lower, our double leg lower lift. So feet start up towards the ceiling. Ooh, my hamstrings are sore. I didn't know that until just now. Start with those feet up towards the ceiling. Those hands can be out in that A-frame or underneath those hips for a little bit more lower back support. We're bringing those feet down through your range of motion and then back up towards the ceiling. As always, choose the range of motion that works for you. If it's right to halfway or even less than that, I'd prefer you keep your lower back nice and safe and stable than to move those feet all the way down towards the floor and back up. Keep breathing, keep going. You guys are doing awesome. Looking good, looking good. Way to work. We're here in this leg lower for 10 more seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, if you need that little bit of a break, pull those knees in towards the chest, and then when you're ready, go ahead and join me in whatever variation of your glute bridge works for you. Excellent job, excellent job. We're here for 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, final core front movement is going to be our 100 to finish us off strong. We've got one more glute bridge after that, and then we're going to flow it out and stretch it out. So 100, as always, can start heels down for that easier version, up at our 90 degrees for a little bit harder, or legs out long for our even harder. Okay, it's Wednesday. Words are really easy tonight, for sure. Palms face towards the ground, fingertips towards those heels or towards that opposite wall. Head and shoulders lift for more challenge. We're moving those arms, and that inhale and exhale in our counts of 5. Short inhales and exhales, or long inhales and exhales. Choose your option. Get ready to go. Alrighty, here we go for our 100. Let's take it in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, almost there, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, and relax. Very nice, very nice. Again, take your option if you'd like to find that rock side to side, or just let that head and neck relax for a second. When you're ready, take it into our final glute bridge. Final glute bridge, and then our 5 minutes of flow and stretch to finish this out here. Very nice, very nice. That is the hard part. You made it through it. You guys did awesome. Keep it in that glute bridge for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fabulous. Go ahead and let those hips come down to the mat. Take a moment, grab a sip of your beverage, find any range of motion that feels good, and then meet me in your downward facing dog. We will get right into our final little bit of movement, our final flow and stretch. Focus a little bit more on that Pilates tonight, a little bit more on that core work, but a little bit of a stretch to finish this out. So like I said, when you finish out whatever range of motion feels good, go ahead and make your way into that downward facing dog. Feel free to walk out those heels. As always, be gentle on yourself. We haven't done any other inversions tonight, so taking a moment, getting used to this positioning. Fabulous. Let's make our way into our flow and stretch. We're going to start with our 3-legged dog with that right leg. So go ahead and press it up and back. Take just a moment to pause there. Press that left heel down towards the mat. Find that little stretch for that left leg specifically. When you're ready, bend that left knee, sweep that right leg forward, and plant it down in our lunge. We're going to take it right into our crescent. Sweep those arms up. Find that nice long torso. When you get to that crescent, we're going to cactus those arms and then pull those shoulder blades together for a nice chest opener. And then we're going to pull it together in the front, so palms and elbows come towards each other and open through that spine, open through the back where we just did all of that good work. Bring it back out to center just in that neutral cactus arms. Extend them up nice and long. Warrior 2, turn the left heel down, open the arms. Take a peaceful, flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Cartwheel it down, right hand, left heel. We're going to take our weight onto our right foot, our front foot, and find just a standing half split. So weight on that right foot, a little bit more of a stretch for that right leg. Feel free to keep a gentle bend in that knee, but we're just pointing that left toe up where we can find it. Brief balance here. I want you to lift those fingertips up off towards that warrior 3 if you can. And then we're taking it right on back to that lunge, to that crescent. So bend that right knee, plant that left toe. Plant your left hand inside that right leg and open that right arm up for our spinal twist. Very nice. Next exhale brings that right hand back down. We're going through our 3-legged dog and meeting back in that down dog. So take that right foot up and back for that little stretch and then send that right down next to the left. Fabulous. We're going to find that same thing on our other side. So starting off here with our left leg 3-legged dog, we'll take a pause when we get there. Again, to just press that right heel slightly towards the mat, find that nice stretch through that right leg. When you're ready from here, bend the right knee, sweep the left leg forward, plant it down in our lunge. Find your balance, take it up to that crescent. Let's find our cactus. Elbows come down wide. Chest opener first, pull the shoulder blades together. And then let's open through the spine, pull the palms and the elbows towards each other, open up those shoulder blades. Bring it back to that nice neutral. Extend up. Warrior 2, right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flips our front palm, nice front side body stretch. Cartwheel it down, left hand, right heel. Weight onto that left leg, that front leg here, half standing split. Taking it into that balance, that warrior three. You can lift those fingertips up. Give yourself a moment in that balanced position. And then bend that left knee, plant that right foot. We're taking it into that spinal twist. So our right hand is going to come down to the inside of that left leg. That left arm is going to come up. Excellent. Bring that left hand down. Left leg, three-legged dog to downward facing dog. Bring those knees down wide, hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Bring those hips forward, cobra or baby cobra. And final time for our practice tonight, downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, activate the core, press the hips up and back. Choose which direction you'd like to move. Those feet can walk forward towards those hands, or those hands can walk backwards towards those feet. Either way, finding that fold. On that next inhale, nice and slow, roll it all the way up to our extended mountain. Knee to the top, arms come up overhead. One lateral stretch in each direction. That following inhale takes you up to center. Exhale brings those arms down and around, and we've got one more. Nice deep breath. Our inhale takes us up. Palms meet up overhead, and hands come to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me this Wednesday evening. I hope you had a happy new year, and I hope to see you next time. The light in me honors, the light in you bowing, as we say, namaste.